up, guys? It's Carlos from Daily Carry Solutions. I'm here with Eric from the Outer Limitless YouTube channel at Blade Show 2021. We're here at Dirk Pinkerton's booth at Blade Show 2021. He's got a really nice selection of some of his larger blades, his smaller blades, his up close and personals, and some of his production blades. There's some stuff that's familiar on the table, but there's a lot of stuff that I really do have to ask him about. So let's go ahead and cut to Dirk and see what he has to say.
Hey guys, how you doing? So what can I help you with?
All right, well, first and foremost, you know, I'm a nice short blade, EDC kind of guy, and I saw a couple of really cool fixed blades in your custom line. Can we go ahead and start with some of these here?
Absolutely. So we'll start at the top. These are actually prototypes, very simple, straightforward, utilitarian designs that I'm working on. No frill, no nothing. We're going to go with real basic steel on it, 154 cm type stuff, and these are going to go for, I'm estimating, probably about 170 as a custom.
Nice. Now, as far as availability, where would people be able to pick up something like this once it is available?
Once it is available, you'll be able to find on my website, PinkertonKnives.com, Instagram, Facebook, and hopefully, if everybody's kind, get some dealers asking about it, and maybe Blue Ridge, your other knife center, other major knife outlets online.
So Dirk, one of the things that I've always said about your designs, and you already started speaking to it, I love the fact that you have first utility-driven knives, and I like that that's part of your philosophy. And the other is you always have a little bit, I would say, of sort of that, you know, combat-ready, sort of like a self-defense edge to them. So a little bit of a utility-driven purpose with that combat style and multi-purpose grip. It's almost like no matter which way you pick up that knife, it indexes well and it feels great in your hands.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one thing that I really strive for on most of my work, is to have a knife that you can grip in multiple positions, multiple uses, not just one single purpose. So, you know, as an example, a Tonto blade, that is a straightforward handle. You're going to be able to hold it pretty much any way you want to, accomplish pretty much any task you want to with that.
Now, I have never personally ordered a custom knife until just recently. You know, Dirk, it's the Razorback Bowie design.
Yes.
It caught my attention early on. I am extremely excited. We are working on a project together, and I appreciate you, you know, your craftsmanship. And I am actually very honored that, you know, to finally be able to order a custom knife. It is yours and your inspiration and your design and your craftsmanship. So
well, that's really humbling to know that, you know, you chose me to be the first custom knife that you ordered.
Yeah.
It still blows me away that people tell me that they come to me first, and
yeah,
I have to say it dumbfounds me every time.
I'm glad. And so is this technically, is this a Razorback
That
Bowie?
is the Razorback, yes.
So, and the one that I ordered is it's a larger knife than this. This is what, a 5.5 inch, do you call it? The one that I got, I think, is closer to an 8-inch blade.
That is correct, yes.
So, you know, I do a lot of woods craft, but also a ton of firecraft. And so, to me, a couple of things. One, getting it saber ground. So you offer different grinds, this being the flat ground version, and also different lengths. I went with the saber grind because I want to be able to kind of split down through the wood and get that nice cracking action, but also the 8-inch blade and the ability to actually wedge down through the wood with a little bit of length in that sort of forward, you know, the ability to span the log, really. So, you know, an 8-inch to me was right about that sweet spot, and to feel that in the hands feels wonderful, and I cannot wait to see.
It's coming soon. It is currently at heat treat, so
nice.
We will be getting that finished in the very near future.
And I'm going to cover it in full detail in its own feature video. There are so many questions that you asked that pinpoint exactly how the knife is going to be made. So when you say custom build, it is quite custom through all the details.
Absolutely. I want to make sure that the product that you're getting, the end user gets, is specific to them and their needs and wants. I don't just want to make something because I make it and you get to deal with it as I make it. So when you order a custom from me, it's built to your specification.
It's fantastic.
Dirk, so while Eric was able to go ahead and pick up one of your customs, I think that might be in the cards for me in the near future. But in the meantime, I've always been a fan of your production folders. My actual first design from you was the robe from Kaiser.
Yes, I remember that.
Many years ago, I've seen some of your work from Kaiser. I've seen some of the stuff you did with Kansept Knives, even going into companies like Artisan Cutlery, and now with Kansept Knives. So I saw a couple here. Can you talk a little bit about this one right here? This is a front flipper, I think, that's being offered through Kansept right now. I think it's out recently.
That is correct, yes. This is the Lougere, which is loose interpretation means helper or assistant. And that's the idea of this. I wanted to bring in a slightly elegant, utilitarian, gentleman's kind of knife with a Persian-style blade, but still having that multiple grip, multiple function handle. So our Kansept did an awesome job bringing this to life. Fit and finish is phenomenal. The attention to detail they have is second to none. You just look at it all the way around. Everything about it is just high-end, high quality. And what I also like is the fact that they were catered to me specifically when I worked with them. So when I told them what I wanted to do, they made sure that they got it right the way I wanted it. They didn't just take it for granted that they got it right. So until I was happy, it did not meet production.
I'm really glad to hear that. I mean, being that Kansept is a relatively new company to the EDC game. I mean, unfortunately, with everything going on in 2020, there were a lot of companies that had to hit, that pause button when it came to bringing in production from overseas.
Absolutely.
And I think, having a new company like Kansept come in and be daring enough to say, hey, we'd like to work with you. We'd like to go ahead and produce a really nice quality knife in upper tier, materials and different variations. Little subtleties that you see with like the orange peel and then the bolsters here with the carbon fiber, the upgraded steel that you see on a lot of these. I mean, it's great to be able to see that, executed this way from, a company that's essentially in their sophomore year. I mean, if you count 2020 out, let's be real.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They were really starting up heavy into production and marketing of their knives into 2019 and going to 2021. It's nice to be able to see, quality designers such as yourself coming out with knives that really do fit the bill.
It's been really fun. I've been really enjoying working with them and some of the other companies that I work with. But just to be able to have the ability to design folders, have somebody produce it for me because I'm a very small shop. I don't have the resources to really get into making folders the way I want to make them. So to have that access to a manufacturer is phenomenal. It allows me to do stuff that I can't do, and I truly appreciate it.
And it's nice to see some of these designs that, like you mentioned, because of just maybe sometimes the equipment or maybe even time constraints because your other custom line is selling so well that you like to go ahead and release some of that creativity and put it into some nice knives. And it's nice to be able to put them in the hands of people who will appreciate them from companies that will keep the cost low but will keep the production value high. So it's great to see, man. Thank you so much for doing some of these designs, allowing them to be produced by some of the companies. I think we're going to be seeing some other ones here at the show.
I think so.
Not trying to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but in the meantime, thank you so much for taking a moment and showing us some of your production line.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Dirk.